What's up, everybody? I guess the time has come to talk about my food poisoning on the carnivore diet. Kind of a clickbaitish title, I suppose, but it is what it is. I'm lying down on my lawn, sunning myself. Anyway, as some of you may have heard, I ate some moldy sauerkraut. Really moldy sauerkraut. Really old, really moldy sauerkraut. And before you ask any stupid questions like why, there is no reason why. Stupidity, okay? And for those of you who are saying that you've eaten tons of sauerkraut in your entire life, look, kid, I've been eating sauerkraut since I was 2 years old. We used to buy it in lieu of candy because candy didn't exist on our way to school in little paper bags. And we made sure to eat it quickly for obvious reasons. So, there are a few people out there who have eaten more sauerkraut in their life than I have. So pipe down. Anyway, as some of you may know, I live in Ecuador and there's no winter here. Bacteria, mold doesn't die. I don't know if mold would die necessarily in the winter, but it doesn't get weakened or deactivated or whatever. Things just multiply here year round. And because I'm in a different hemisphere or just generally far from where you are most likely, the bacteria and molds and everything, it's just different here. Okay? I mean, I'm sure there's overlap, but it's just different. This mold, I was eating by dim light. I didn't notice it at first. It was only after I finally tasted it that I knew something was up. But I didn't taste it right off the bat because I was eating it with some liver. I like the combination. But then I had some on its own and it was just sweet and weird. And then I looked at the jar in good lighting and there was a forest, okay, of everything in there. And I think it's possible that some botulism from meat got in there because meat has all kinds of bacteria on it. It's just not enough to hurt us unless it is. And maybe this botulism found a really nice friendly environment in this jar of sauerkraut with some complementary mold, bacteria, whatever, and they all just had a party. I don't know. But I think it was 2 days after I ate it. And it for sure was that because everything else I ate, my wife ate, and it's something, and there are things that I eat all the time. So, and it was all animal products from our farm. So, yeah, it was the moldy sauerkraut. Sorry, vegans. But, still got that cough. I'm not blaming the sauerkraut. Obviously, it was bacteria. Just like if you get food poisoning from meat, it's not the meat, it's the bacteria. Chickens running around. Anyway, so at first it was the usual, water coming out of both ends, that sort of thing. And then I just was like, I felt like I drank a whole bottle of vodka. I was extremely drunk. I could barely stand up. And this dizziness, this feeling of being drunk continued for literally a week. It would wane. It slowly did wane, but it was there for about a week. I guess the sun's behind the cloud right now. Get 'em. Anyway. So I was basically in bed for a week. didn't do a lot of walking because it was too difficult, and then it got even worse. But the first week I couldn't eat anything. I mean, I had like an egg and a little bit of meat, but food was just disgusting. I didn't have any appetite. My body didn't want any. So in this whole ordeal, I estimate I lost about 30 pounds, and it was just pure muscle because I never had much fat on my body. I'd say my entire life I've been at about 10% probably. And so I didn't really burn off any fat, but my muscle just went. And maybe it wasn't quite 30 pounds, but probably. I feel like I went from 180 to 150 in a matter of, well, it was more than a week, because even though I started eating a little bit after 1 week, I wasn't eating as much as I needed to maintain my body weight, so I kept losing weight, that's for sure. My legs were like, I have naturally big legs, and then I cycled most of my life, so I have big legs, but after about a week and a half, they were half their size, so I'm pretty confident I lost 30 pounds of muscle. So then came the muscle pains, and it was literally my forearms one day, the next day it was my biceps, then it would be my shoulders, then it would be my back, and it just kept doing that for literally a week. And it's not the kind of muscle pain where you're sore after a workout. It's the kind of nagging muscle pain that you can't like rub out, stretch out, do anything about. It's just there. I think I was in a catabolic state, and my muscle was just wasting from not moving a lot, and my body needed to get energy from somewhere, and I ate all my muscle away. Then after about a week, my hands and feet went numb. They got swollen, very swollen, and they went numb basically. Walking was very difficult and dangerous. I couldn't keep my balance, and it was just weird. I've never experienced anything like that. And that went on for a couple of days. And throughout the whole thing, I just had a headache, non-stop headache, and I don't get headaches. My entire life, I've never really gotten headaches, unless, I got really drunk the night before or something like that, which never happened often anyway. And not in many years. My scalp was just like on fire all the time. If I touched it, it just hurt. I don't know why. Obviously, no need to talk about bowel movements, but nothing regular about them, and shit was hot fire too for quite some time. What else? I think that's really about it as far as oh yeah, and then I got this asymptomatic cough that is getting better slowly, but there's no mucus, I don't have any other symptoms of having a cold. I'm just coughing all the time. Go figure. I don't know why. So I started eating after about a week, but meat was disgusting. Animal products were disgusting. All my body wanted was sugar. So I ate fruit. I think, don't quote me on this, I'm not an expert, but I think my body, having been in ketosis for so long, which is also the state you go into when you're starving, wanted to get out of this state of ketosis, and wanted sugar to spike my insulin growth hormone, stimulate my appetite, and get me eating something again, and so that I could recuperate. So I've been eating some sugar. We grow sugar cane, so I will chop it down and suck the sugar out, because I figured being in ketosis right now is probably not a good idea. And I want to, you like all the veggies? And I want to, like I said, spike my insulin so that I can, grow into my former size. And I'm still far, far from there, but getting there. But eating fruit got real old after like 2-3 days. I just had this nasty taste in my mouth, and I got really cranky. Oh, I forgot to mention that after a few days of not eating anything, and definitely not meat, my knee problems came back. My joints started popping all over the place. My knees, I was weak, period, but my knees were just fragile. I felt pain in my knees again, and I had to be really, really careful walking around so I didn't, injure myself like in the past. So that reinforced my belief. Now I just know that I have to eat meat, and I think it's the collagen as well as whatever else is in the connective tissues that I do eat in order to keep my joints healthy. It is what it is. Even though inflammation from most likely grain was contributing to the problem, to keep my knees, my joints, my elbows strong, I need meat. It is what it is. I'm a carnivore. Get over it, vegans. So that came back, and that was annoying as hell. But anyway, it took me about almost 3 weeks to finally get my appetite back, and I'm there. Now I'm eating normally, but it took about 3 weeks to be eating normally. And like I said, eating some sugar to spike my insulin, I think, was a crucial part of the process in gaining my appetite back. Maybe I'm wrong about that, I don't know. But here's the thing about eating carbs again and not being in ketosis. Sugar makes me crabby as fuck. It makes me cranky. It makes me irritable. Maybe some of you guys have noticed that I've been a little bit of a dick to some people. They deserve it and all, but when I'm in ketosis, I just kind of ignore them. It's whatever, right? But eating carbs, eating sugar, that's not the case. I get really, really crabby. How's the fire?
Oh, you can see it from right over here.
Oh, I'll get up later and check it out.
I thought maybe I would just hang out over there because you're doing your debate today, no?
No, it's not today. I made a mistake.
Okay.
And it was... you're not going to be here anyway for it.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be early if it does happen. Anyway, my wife just came back from helping our neighbor fireproof her property. Yeah, forgot to mention we had an earthquake last night, and now there's a wildfire over there, so we kind of have to be on guard, I guess. We'll see.
You know that spot?
What?
This property where there's like where the sugar cane was and the goats are, and then there's like a bit of loma, and then there's a little small cliff.
Yeah.
So the fire's reaching there right now.
Close. But it can't really jump from there anywhere.
Unless some embers jump down, they'll be okay.
No, this grass doesn't really make viable embers. You'd need a mesquite tree to catch on fire.
What, kitties? Did she eat that egg?
Yeah. Women, they talk a lot.
You want another one?
Anyway, I'm weak as shit. Like, having lost all this muscle, my balance was all off. Like, I get really winded, just overall weak with no stamina, but it's getting better. Oh yeah, cold sweats every morning for some reason. God, there's probably so much more I'm forgetting. Anyway, I'm eating meat primarily, animal products, and I could feel the strength coming back. All my muscles are sore all the time, but it's like that, working out sore. I have a farmer tan. What is that? Anyway, so they're just sore all the time, which I guess is good. Anyway. And I think it's going to take another couple weeks before I'm 100%, but I really feel like the meat is making a difference now, and I want to get back into fat burning mode because all this sugar is just not good for my constitution. Anyway, that's basically it. I don't think I'll be eating sauerkraut ever again. That's just me. You do whatever you feel like, obviously. But I figured I'd share my experience. Maybe some of you guys have some input as to anything I said. Maybe you think I'm wrong eating sugar. I don't really care, but if you do, let me know. And that's really it. Just wanted to share the experience. It was objectively the worst thing that ever happened to me, and I swear to God. Oh yeah, eye floaters. All kinds of crazy eye floaters. I don't know why. Not normal. I hope this never happens to you. And I really, 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 honestly, thought I was gonna die. And I think maybe had I been still eating my plant-based diet, I would have lost a lot more weight. I had less weight to lose in the first place. And I'm not saying I wouldn't have made it, but man, probably would have been a lot tougher if I were, 60, 70, 80 years old. I probably would have been gone. But like I said, still here, and I'll catch you on the next one.